Right there everyone, welcome back to the channel where today I'll be giving my thoughts on Man City's 1-0 win against Leicester City. It was might be getting up to 3 months now ago, where I gave my thoughts on our fixture against Leicester, but that was pre-match. Now I'll be doing post-match. So I'm hoping to hopefully make this a regular thing where I'll be going through all the games that happened during the season. We're mainly talking in depth about Man City, but I'll be giving little mentions here and there about all the other games that happened during the weekend. So for this one, let's just get straight into this, make a few mentions of the other games that were played this weekend. So there was Chelsea, they won 2-1 against Spurs. There was a bit of controversy with VAR on the challenge of Leicester, so they made on Azpilicueta. Clearly and obviously a red card in my opinion. I don't know why that wasn't given. I mean, it was eventually, but it was given right at the end of the match. VAR apologised for the misjudgment, but correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure the same situation happened with Robertson. He made the exact same foul, or challenge, I suppose you could say, on one... I can't remember what team it was against. I do remember it being this season though, but there was no foul, no VAR. Coincidence? I think not. But getting back to this game, there was one really awkward moment where Lampard went to shake hands with Mourinho, and well, to be honest, as we saw, if we did watch the game, Mourinho was having absolutely none of it. A bit awkward, a bit confusing as to why. I mean, fair enough, did lose, so he was probably annoyed at that, but still a bit weird at that. Crystal Palace, they won 1-0 against Newcastle United. The Toonami, as they're known as, had a player sent off, so that probably give Crystal Palace an advantage for them to beat Newcastle. Burnley, they won 3-0 against Bournemouth. Bournemouth, they're in a very dangerous position at the moment, just 1 point off relegation. And if they continue the way they are now, they could very easily become a championship team next season, which is a real shame because personally, I really like Bournemouth. I say they are the underdogs of the Prem, I suppose you could say. And they have proved in previous couple seasons that they can put good performances, even against top 6 even. It was a well-deserved victory for Burnley. They are now undefeated in the last 5. I think it's in the last 5 they've had 4 wins and 1 draw, which isn't really too bad. Sean Dyche, he's having a party right there. Sheffield United, they drew with Brighton 1-1. Pretty sure most of us anticipated Sheffield would wipe the floor with Brighton. They've been unbelievable this season. They even gave us a good game when we went to Bramall Lane. Even though we did win 1-0 in the end, it was still a tough but good game as well. Chris Wilder, could he be a contender for manager of the season? Well, let's put it this way, he will be a contender for manager of the season, but could he win it? I'd say he's deserved of winning it. I'd say so. Southampton 2, Villa 0. Villa are in a weird predicament at the moment. They've spent big, around 150, 120 million pounds on players. I think they've brought, which is a lot, but I think they've brought like 20 or so players within that price bracket. So they've basically brought a brand new team, but it's not been an easy ride for them. Easily their best player has been Jack Grealish, and they paid nothing for him. He came through their youth system, and if the reports are true, he could probably make a move to Man United for all we know. But still, was a good, well-deserved win for the Saints. Their manager must be doing something right if they do end up staying in the Prem. I believe they're 12th at the moment, on level points with Arsenal on 34, so that would mean that they're 10 points, I think, above relegation, so good going for them. Right now, Wolves are playing Norwich. They're winning 2-0 half-time. Man United 1, Watford 0 at half-time. Arsenal vs Everton kick off at half 4 today, and Liverpool face West Ham United tomorrow at 8 PM. But now onto the meat of the video, as I'm calling it. We've had the starters, now time to go on to the main course with Man City with their 1-0 win against Leicester City, and what a game it was. Even though there was only 1 goal in it, it was a very good, bit similar with the Sheffield game that I did mention, a good tough game, and it was just good. I really enjoyed it. Going into this game, you could probably feel as though that all the publicity and all the controversy with our financial fair play rules in UEFA and all the allegations we've had against us. I mean, we're going to make an appeal. I believe we're using the same lawyer that was used for against Brexit. We actually did block Brexit twice, and we're paying him. I've seen reports. There's apparently it's 20 grand a day we're paying for him. I mean, we've easily got the money to do that, even twice that even. But that's just stupid. I don't believe that. 20 grand a day. Come on, we ain't that desperate. Well, We might be. So yeah, we did have that going on our shoulders, and that could probably bother us during this game, but it clearly didn't. Both teams going into this game strong. Leicester probably looking a bit stronger, I'd say. Looked like Brendan wanted a more solid, compact team. They proved that with having 5 in midfield as opposed to our 3 in midfield of Gundogan, Rodri and KDB. They had Pereira, Maddison, Pratt, Tielemans and Chilwell. So early on, Laporte, great seeing him back in the team once again, made a bad pass into the path of Tielemans. Laporte tried to win it back, but Tielemans made a good pass, good weighted ball to Vardy. He done Fernandinho for pace, but an absolute howler. It was there on a plate for him, but he had an absolute howler, didn't get in the back of the net, off the post. I was in disbelief, so was Brendan. He was actually celebrating just as it left Vardy's boot, thinking yes, there's a goal, but it just came to nothing in the end. But overall the match continues with our slow, cautious, sometimes unpredictable passing. Doesn't really seem like there's much movement in our squad from my point of view, but it does seem to work out effectively. Mendy, good to see him back in the team, but he did have a good involvement, getting forward at times, very nearly scoring at one point as well, so it's good to see that from our fullback. Mahrez, he had a good shot on goal, but it was a good save from our former keeper, Schmeichel. There was a bit of controversy again involving VAR. This time it was with Maddison's free kick, his first free kick of the game. He takes it, hits KDB, covers his face, and it whacks off his hands, and there was no penalty given. Personally, I feel as though that's only fair. I mean, in any situation, not just in football, but anything, if you've got anything coming towards your face, of course you're going to block or dodge or whatever. In this case, Kevin De Bruyne puts his hands out. It wasn't given as a penalty, so we keep moving on. Overall, the game was really good in my opinion. Wherever you looked, KDB was really good, as ever. Schmeichel had a great game. I mean, I suppose you could say it's a bit of a shame that he didn't manage to get a clean sheet, because he was very consistent, really, really good. As well as the penalty that was saved, taken by Aguero. So how do we actually get that penalty? Well, it was a corner from Mahrez, he whips it in. Lord Farquhar, sorry, Soyuncu, is it? Soyuncu, I think it is his name. Can't quite remember. He headers it away. Gundogan takes a shot, smacked off the arm of Pratt. People were comparing it to KDB's moment during Maddison's free kick, but the referee calls this one a penalty. It goes to VAR. In the end, he gives it all that, and in the end, it is a penalty to us. Saved by Schmeichel off his knee, but it was an awful penalty. Yes, it was a good save, but to be honest, Aguero, he should have done so much better. He's usually very consistent for us. It's quite unusual to see the way he took the penalty, that it's not like him where he goes directly to the keeper. But I think that means now that in 7 penalties we've only scored 4 this season in the Prem, which is kind of bad really. Bring back Yaya, that's all I'm saying. Going through the game, Aguero gets subbed off for Gabriel Jesus. A couple minutes after, Mahrez makes a good run past 3 or 4 Leicester players, lays it off to Jesus, who's only just, I think it's probably that much onside. Again, VAR intervened, as he did go on and score. It was a really good goal as well. Just onside, cheeky near post. Schmeichel was unlucky after what seemed to be a goalless game and a clean sheet for the Dane. But overall, it was a very good goal. So yeah, overall, I mentioned mainly about the highlights there, but in my opinion, what did I think as a City fan of this game? I felt that, yes, we were going into a tough game, a really tough game. The 3 in midfield of Ndidi, I know he wasn't playing, but let's just put into perspective of their best midfielders that they got at Leicester, of Ndidi, Tielemans and Maddison. They're all young. It's a fairly relatively young team. Yes, they do have a couple of old players in there, senior players like Christian Fuchs, Johnny Evans, the captain Schmeichel, Jamie Vardy. They all are quite old, but they have got a very good, relatively young squad, especially in the midfield, as I mentioned. And our midfield, if they carry on the way they are, we could possibly see one of the best midfielders ever to grace the Premier League, in my opinion. It's just that good. Even FIFA, they even rate him that highly as well on the game. But overall, in conclusion, I was happy with the game. We gave him a good challenge at the King Power Stadium. So overall, I'm happy with that. Nice 3 points. That puts us 7 points clear from Leicester. Still 22 points behind Liverpool, but you know what, whatever. There's still plenty more seasons to come along. But that's where I'm going to wrap it up. Hopefully you have enjoyed. Overall, like I said, I was happy with this game. Really wish I could have gone to it. Hopefully I can continue this more, where I'll be covering more of the games in the future. If you did enjoy this video, please give it a like. Subscribe if you're new, share it, and I'll see you lot in a bizzle.